Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 6.
The fight continues tonight in Minnesota as some state senators are publicly supporting businesses defying the governor's orders to stay closed throughout the holidays.
And at the same time, the Attorney General is cracking down, so much so that some businesses who plan to open for indoor dining are changing their tune.
Valley News Team's Courtney Lockie joins us live from Brutus Brick House in Moorhead with the very latest. Courtney?
Thanks, Mike and Andrea. Now, Brutus Brick House and two other Moorhead businesses, that's Legends and Sunset Lanes, they all showed up on an open for business list earlier in the week. Tonight, they all tell me they won't be opening their doors without the governor's green light. And at this time, that's the case for all places in Moorhead, and experts say it's coming at a cost.
Mandy Moltzen owns Palace Cafe in Frazee. After such a tough year, she was excited to reopen her business, but now she's changed her mind.
We won't be opening dine-in until governor allows us to.
The Minnesota Attorney General's office says they're seeking civil penalties of up to $25,000 for each violation of the executive order. Lawsuits have already been filed against two restaurants that opened up in the state.
When people say, we need to shut down everything to curb the virus, you have to remember that there are costs to that.
Many are standing behind the business owners, risking fines and penalties to save their livelihoods, including many economists. John Phelan tells us there's no strong evidence that shows these lockdowns drive case numbers down.
When you start to see the numbers go up and come down in exactly the same way, exactly the same time across all the upper Midwest, then that suggests to me that there's something other than Tim Walz's particular policy driving this.
Regardless, the Attorney General's office is following through on its promise to punish those who go against the mandate, and it has businesses thinking twice.
I figured I could face the music with the fines if that came down to it, but since they are pulling licenses for up to 3 years, I don't want to risk it.
Now, every single restaurant owner that I talked to today says that the COVID relief package isn't going to be enough to help. And if the governor is going to force them to stay shut down, they have to do more. Reporting live in Moorhead, Courtney Lockie, Valley News Live.
Thanks, Courtney. If you have last-minute shopping to take care of, the weather should not be a problem. You might want to take it easy on the roads, though, which might be slippery. Let's check in with Hutch on what tonight's weather planner looks like. Hutch?
Andrea, thanks so much. We do have some snow on the ground in many of our northern communities, especially up along the Highway 2 corridor where we look down on the Grand Forks area after a fresh coating yesterday. So some slippery roads out there. Temperatures, though, warmed a bit today. We're near 30 degrees. It wasn't hot, and we did see a lot of cloud cover for many areas. Look at Mobridge, still near 40 in north central South Dakota. Visible satellite shows those low clouds and the fog that lingered around the area throughout the day, but now we're watching what's going on out to the west. We have some snow developing along the oil patch moving eastward. That'll head our way overnight and into the morning. But for tonight, you can expect temperatures to be fairly steady. I think the winds will be increasing first and foremost, and you may even hear them gust overnight. I'll have details on how much snow you may have to contend with on your morning commute in a moment.
All right. Thanks, Hutch.
Cases of COVID-19 have seen a dramatic decrease in North Dakota, with active case counts dropping over 60% between now and November's surge. But as local health experts tell Valley News Team's Bailey Hurley, North Dakota certainly isn't out of the woods yet and are urging against holiday gatherings.
Compared to just 1 month ago, North Dakota is down 7,000 active COVID-19 cases, a much different reality than what health experts predicted going into the Thanksgiving holiday.
I think that, continued bad press, North Dakota was not looked favorably upon in the national media, prompted people to really reevaluate their Thanksgiving holiday and take some precautions.
Niesmeyer says a mask mandate and restrictions on businesses in mid-November also helped, adding the other perk is most people only celebrate Thanksgiving once.
The little bit more concerning factor is that many people celebrate 3-4 holiday gatherings or Christmases.
Then I think certainly we do have an increased risk that we'll see another spike and a more severe spike than we would otherwise.
Saying although it is difficult, holiday gatherings must stay within your immediate family, even if you've already had COVID.
the jury is still out a little bit on whether or not people can still harbor the virus and shed it. And so the masking and the hand hygiene and the other things will continue, at least for a period of time.
Niesmeyer adding a socially distant holiday season is the only way to ensure schools can go back full-time in person come January.
Just because education is important.
Both saying the light at the end of the COVID tunnel is near.
We're just asking for your help to get us there.
In Fargo, Bailey Hurley, Valley News Live.
And pending COVID-19 active case numbers, both Fargo and West Fargo schools have announced plans for students to go back to the classroom full-time in person by the second semester, which lands in mid-January.
An FDA advisory panel is recommending the agency should give Moderna's coronavirus vaccine the green light. 20 members voted in favor of the FDA authorizing the vaccine for emergency use in adults ages 18 and older, which would make it the nation's second authorized coronavirus vaccine. If authorized, federal officials say millions of doses will be shipped by early next week. NDSU nursing and pharmacy students are becoming a part of history while gaining practical experience. They're helping healthcare facilities across the region administer COVID-19 vaccines to healthcare workers and will continue to assist in giving vaccines over the next several months. They've been trained to administer vaccines and are supervised by faculty members.
A North Dakota State University student who was killed by a drunk driver will get a degree. A posthumous bachelor's degree will be given to Pierce Cleven. He died in August. He was a mechanical engineering major who was on the dean's list and on track to get his degree tomorrow. His family will accept his degree on his behalf.
You have probably heard about or seen a group of kids on bikes blocking roads, harassing people, cussing, even playing chicken with drivers along 8th Street and 13th Avenue South in Fargo. Community members and police have seen complaints since early summer on social media, and they're working to put a stop to it as someone could get seriously hurt. Fargo police say they've had some luck bringing kids home to their parents and changing behaviors, but they're having a hard time with other parents who don't believe what is happening is a big deal.
You're a parent of a juvenile, and you're not doing something to make sure that they're safe and, keeping them safe, that there's a possibility that you could be held accountable as well.
The district lieutenant has been working with the state's attorney's office to see what police can do. Police also tell us they found out yesterday that Nextdoor discontinued the forward to police option. So make sure you use their website contact form to let them know what's going on.
A snowmobiler's body has been recovered from Lake Irvin near Devil's Lake. Authorities say that the man broke through the ice on Tuesday night. Ramsey County deputies found his body and snowmobile in the lake that's north of Church's Ferry. The death is considered an accidental drowning.
Fargo police are warning you about a high-risk sex offender living on the north side of the city. Stephen Gibson is living at 123 15th Street North, which is about 3 blocks away from Unicorn Park. Police say he persuaded a woman to sexually assault a 1-year-old in Burleigh County.
All sides appear hopeful that wrangling over a COVID relief bill won't derail the legislation. So what's holding it up? That story later on Valley News Live at 6.
Well, on a typical day in December in the Jamestown area, we hit 22 degrees. Today it was almost 40. Beautiful warmth in Fargo and Grand Forks as well, as we're above average, but not quite as warm. A gorgeous sunset. Flakes in the forecast, though, as we head into the morning hours. Details on when and where next.